Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Magic Mirror episode 2. This is about Sonic the Hedgehog. As you can see, if everything is working, first of all, I would like to talk about the game. So, the Sega Genesis game, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. As you can see, that's the one that I grew up with on the Sega Genesis, and that's the one that I'm playing here. Something I do remember from it was actually okay difficult. Like there was a lot of puzzles. There's a lot of levers that is really hard, and of course there's Dr. Robotson or Dr. Eggman, Dr. Robotnik. But for me, he will always be Dr. Robotson. So that's how I'm going to talk about him here. And I know there's a lot of other games, but this was the one that I know about, and you can see here that I have completed it, or I'm trying to. Something I do remember that was really hard from the game was the bonus levels, getting the separate diamonds so you can get the Super Saiyan form of Sonic the Hedgehog. That was actually really funny and insane. So getting the help from I got the help from my brother to collect all of the rings, and we had to look up how to get the farm afterwards. That was actually pretty funny. Some of the small details is really good in the game, and I also enjoy really the sound of it. Like when you get to this boss in Death Egg Zone, you're just like, oh, this is a really ominous sound, and the sound from Metal Sonic when he comes forth, it almost sounds like metal grinding onto it, or being like this boss, or uh, and you just know you're going to be killed because you don't have any lives. It doesn't matter how many lives you have collected until now, you will always start with 0 lives. And getting used to that pattern of Metal Sonic, I think actually he was one of the hardest ones until you learn the pattern, and you learn how to do that. And then of course you come to Dr. Robotson again, that casts himself into his suit, full body suit. So that was also really something that was amazing to me and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope it's working here, that you can see me playing through it. Also, I would like to talk about the comic book, or the show itself. There was a Sonic the Hedgehog show. I haven't been watching that much in the 80s. I was more watching Saber Riders, or Transformers and stuff like that. SWAT Cats with my brother. So I don't remember that much from the show. I do remember him eating chili dogs and being with this squirrel girl, or what she is. I also remember reading the game magazines, and in them there were sometimes comic strips from the comic books, and that's how I got engaged to the comic books, because oh my geez, there's a lot of comic books out there. There's even more than The Lion King, and there's even more fan content and stuff like that in the Sonic fandom. So I will recommend that you go and find that out by yourself. I'm sorry, but there's just so much, so I couldn't put it all in. I'm going to leave a link down below to the original Sonic the Hedgehog Wikipedia page. But finding all of this was just really a lot. So yeah. But something I also remember from the games was actually, besides the sound of Metal Sonic, was also the the levels themselves. I think all of the levels had their own unique sound, or how to say that. They were specific with the sounds, the 8-bit and stuff like that. And I really must admit I enjoyed all of the sounds from the Sonic the Hedgehog. I have also seen some of the movies. I have not seen the new movie, and I don't know if I'm going to go and watch that because like that looks not good. And even Sonic fans out there are telling me to keep away from it. So like I don't know about it. But yeah, I do remember watching some of the earlier movies in the 80s with Sonic and actually having a okay enjoyable time with the cartoon of Sonic, like where it was made. I think like it was all of the episodes in one made into a movie, or how to say that I watched. um I haven't been watching the fan made videos and stuff like that because like I'm afraid to go into there because like there's a lot of weird Sonic stuff out there. But again, I really enjoyed the game, and I enjoyed like growing up with Sonic on the Sega Genesis and playing the game, and having all of this knowledge about like Sonic. And I remember going to school and being like, "Oh, did you know that you can jump in the oil level? That you can jump in the oil itself to defeat the boss of the oil level?" And like people were just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's actually pretty great." Because like as I said, that time we didn't have the internet, and we didn't have like a lot of money for the game magazines. So when me and my brother we got those, we read them like a lot. So yeah, I do remember also running through some of the levels, and later on having like the underwater level. Like you can avoid going into the water at all in like Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I don't know about the other Sonic games, but like I know like there's a path where you can take so you stay up and not go down in the water at all. So like that's really good. Or at least you don't get into the water that much, so you can like stay alive and find the bubbles and stuff like that. But the sound from that, and the like remembering that all of that from my childhood, that is one of the things that really are ingrained in my mind, like Sonic drowning, or like Sonic like getting stung by all of these small robot sons that come out in the ping pong level, or how to say that. And lastly but not least, I will talk about, a little bit about the bad Sonic games. Like the only bad Sonic game I have tried, it's Sonic Pinball. Like I have gone on to like I think it was level 4 or level 5. I'm not quite sure where how far I got, but I think like that was really insanely hard in comparison to like the Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Like I would really rather play that than I would play Sonic Spinball, or how to say that. And I know like if you have the nostalgic for like spinball games, or how to say that, the old school pinball stuff like that, it won't maybe be your cup of tea, but I'm not recommending it because it's really hard. So yeah, that's it. I know like there's also the other Sonic game where there's like a lot of problems with it and stuff like that, but I haven't played that myself, so I can't say. I have only seen others play it, and I wouldn't recommend that either. I would recommend that you get your emulator and you get like Sonic the Hedgehog to like your emulator, or you get it for your PlayStation, because like I have a Sonic the Hedgehog collection down below. I think like it's called Sonic or it's called Mega Drive Collection, Super Mega Drive Collections, or in those lines. I'm not quite sure. So like, and there's also going to be other games on there. So yeah, that's worth the purchase, or how to say that. They should release that again for like the new PlayStation 4 remake Sonic the Hedgehog 1 Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and maybe Sonic and Knuckles, or how to say that. But that was actually all for today from the Magic Mirror. I hope that you guys enjoy this. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about Diablo. So without further ado, yeah, have a great day. And that's actually all. Yeah, okay. Bye.